hold on. Yeah, we're recording. Sorry for the start.
It's all right, no worries.
Hello, everybody. You are joined with me, Sam Shiner, for another Nobody Talks Anymore podcast. And I am very happy to be joined by Olly of Uno Mas.
I was going to oi myself then, but then I thought that's a bit... That's
Come
not
on,
cool,
you've got
is it?
to oi yourself. Come on, let's do this again.
Oi.
Yeah. So I'm
It's
joined
not
by
cool though, is it?
Why? Yeah, but the thing is though, you can.
If other
I
people
think
do it,
is because it's like so uncool that we can make it cool.
yeah, at least it's not Olly, tits in a trolley. I don't know if you can swear on Nobody Talks Anymore.
Of course you can. But you mean like blue tits, right?
Yeah, that's the one. The birds. That's what I mean.
Tits. I've never heard that before.
You never heard that? It was that it went in like 2009 or something like that when the guy who played Spock was in I'm a Celebrity, and it came back. He sang it, Olly, tits in a trolley, balls in a biscuit tin, sitting on the grass with your finger up your ass, playing with his ding-a-ling-a-ling, and then everyone in school the next day was just like, Olly.
No, that's annoying when it's your name as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
I'm just going to quickly, if you hear that noise in the background, it's Lila. She's got something, hold on.
No worries.
She's got an empty tub, right. Hello, everybody, this is Lila. Everyone knows who Lila is. She's always getting in the way of my podcasts. So then, Olly, do you want to tell us a little about Uno Mas, not Uno Mars, as I first called you last year?
Yeah.
Because I was like, is it Uno Mars, as in Bruno Mars? But it's Uno Mas.
Our group chat's got Bruno Mars as the band. It's a personal joke because everyone does go Bruno Mars. I'm like, no, Uno Mas. Uno Mas. It means one more in Spanish. So years ago when I made the name up, because I originally came to the band with the name, I'd already been in Uno Mas prior in school, but it never really like gone anywhere. So I like the name, so I wanted to like rekindle it, kind of.
So you're the only original founding member of Uno Mas.
I am. Yeah, it happened a long time ago. When we were in school, I used to have my favorite film used to be Shanghai Noon, and it's with Jackie Chan and Owen Wilson, if you know it.
I've seen it.
Like cowboy, innit? Cowboy era. They did a first one with Shanghai Nights as well, which was the one in England, which was quite good. I have that on video. That's how old that one is. And,
an old school like Blockbuster type video.
Oh yeah, and a VHS.
VHS. See, I'm old enough to remember going to Blockbuster and hiring videos out.
I used to go to Blockbuster and hire videos. There used to be a Blockbuster's near my house, next to. It wasn't Sainsbury's. It was Summerfield. For anyone who lives in Lim, remember Summerfield.
I remember Summerfield. We used to have Summerfield. I think it's a Waitrose now. It's gone really up end. But yeah, we used to have Summerfield.
Ours has gone kind of like middle classy, but not too up end. Sainsbury's. It's like there, but not there. Anyway.
Bear with me, Olly. Sorry. Right now. She gets like 7 o'clock and she gets naughty. So I've got her phone. Sorry,
it's
very unprofessional.
It's all right.
So your last single release was in August last year.
I can't even remember these days. It's all just blurs into one. I don't even know. Yeah, maybe.
It was in August, and then prior to that it was March last year. So you had 2 singles last year. So do we have any new Uno Mas music in 2021?
Yes, we do. We have some coming very, very, very soon, to be fair. We recorded last year it must have been like September, November now. No, September, October, sorry. And just trying to like recap it because it feels like it was about a million years ago. But we recorded then, and it was a bit and ahhing because we were in between lockdowns and then we were going into a lockdown. So in the end, we had to record it all in like one day because they didn't know if we were going to be allowed back because where we record is Sugar House, which is in St. Helens. So it's traveling to St. Helens. And we were just about to go into lockdown. So we did a really long day. We did like 10 till 10 or something like that, or something even longer. Could have been longer. I don't know. But
that's commitment. Because so you came up, didn't you? I came up to Manchester in October, so we were really lucky to even get that show in, weren't we? The Nobody Talks Anymore live event that you stepped in last minute, which was amazing.
Yeah, we were very, very glad to have been able to step into that. But yeah, we recorded in just before the lockdown, and then we just sat on it. We didn't really know what to do because we were going into a lockdown, and it was coming up to Christmas, and then nobody releases at Christmas, and then nobody releases in January, and then we were just thinking and pushing it, and in the end, we kind of thought, right, we need to make a date for this. Like, I'm not going to disclose the date as of yet, but
Top secret.
it is very, very soon. So just be aware. Have a watch on our socials and that in the coming weeks. Even you can even go to weeks and you'll see something arriving.
Exciting. But in the meantime, they can check out the live set that you did.
Yes, we did a live set in Edge Recording Studios, should I say, in Oldley Edge. It's called Edge. It's dead nice. Weird place. It's like a farm.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's weird. Like we went. I've never been. I've heard of it loads, obviously, because it's quite a famous studio around the northwest. And we turned up, and it was down this like bumpy dirt track, and I was like looking around, like, is this the place? And then this lad come up to me, and he's like, "You looking for Edge Recording Studio?" It was like I was like, "What are you doing up here in the north? You don't sound like you're from the north." Sounded like he was in Sounded like you're from Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz. That's near where I'm from.
Yeah,
you taking the mick here, Ollie?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. But yeah, he came up and he was like, "You're looking for Edge Recording Studio?" I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "You're on the right path, mate. Just carry on going straight. He said it's by the big tree at the bottom." And I was like, "Oh wow, this is a strange place." And yeah, we went.
That's a good experience, though. It's like Rockfield, isn't it? In
a
Wales.
Little bit. It felt like that. It felt like I say, like Rockfield, and it was like out the way, and it was quiet, and it was really like nice. And then the people there, the lads and ladies, were all really nice to us, and we were just like very. It was quite a what's the word? It all happened so quickly because we didn't really know we were doing it until like a week or two before. So we were practicing where we could, especially with like the restrictions and stuff. And then we were just kind of thrown in, and they were like, "Right, you've got a take." They're like, "You've got a take to do this. We don't have we don't have enough time." Yeah, we're like, "We don't have enough time for you to do any more takes."
I suppose it's just like playing a live gig, isn't it? And someone recording it just without the crowd.
Yeah, they say usually they do 2 takes a band, which takes like a full day, but we were doing 2 bands in the day. It was us, and then there was Crawlers after us. So we just.
Is that what's going out on Facebook tomorrow?
Yeah, it's going out tomorrow. So
Warrington Live.
It's Warrington, yeah, and it's on.
I was going to say, there's no point me promoting it because the podcast won't be out by tomorrow.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you want to check back, it goes out. It was
on. Yeah, I hate doing this. It's really weird. I'm like, right, you've got to check out the live Facebook event that was on the 29th of January, which is in the future.
Yeah,
but it's not.
The past. Yeah, so yeah, if you want to go and watch it, then check back on our Facebook or Warrington Music Facebook. So Una Mas means one more in Spanish, and it's because I was watching Shanghai Noon, which used to be my favourite film in school, with Jackie Chan and Owen Wilson. And there's a scene in it where they're both sat in baths, and Owen Wilson says to Jackie Chan, drinking games in Chinese, and he's like, I only know one. And then they play it and play it and play it, and every time they finish playing it, they get a little bit more drunk. And Owen Wilson says "una más" as to play it again, like one more. So I was telling that story at an old band practice because I like that scene. They ended up in the same bath, and they're playing the drinking game, and they're both dead drunk, and it's funny if you've watched the film. And and then one of them was like, "That's a good name for a band," that, and I was like, "No, it's not." And then just in the end, it just stuck.
I love the origin of a band name. That's cool.
It is, yeah. It was cool. I was probably about 16, 17 when we were talking about that, and yeah, it's stuck still, and it's still. I think it grew on me anyway.
It's good. No, it's good because I think it's really difficult to find a band name now because, like, especially if you're searching like on YouTube and stuff, it's really difficult if you've got kind of like a not really standout name. It's difficult to find bands on YouTube.
Yeah, definitely is. And I mean, if you type in our name, especially on SoundCloud or something like that, a lot of Spanish songs come up. So that's.
Oh, do they?
It's not very helpful, but
I
think we were expecting that, really being quite a common Spanish phrase. One more.
Oh, it's a good name. I like it.
Yeah, people can shout it at the end of our gigs if they want as well. Una más.
Like a chant.
Like one more, yeah. But you can shout the name.
Oh yeah, that's good for the encore, can't they?
2 in 1.
I like that. If I'm ever at an Uno Mas gig, I will kick the encore off.
Bruno Mars. Bruno
Uno
Mars.
Mas. Uno. That's good. So, Ollie, you've also ventured, as I have last year, into live radio. Well, you're doing live.
Indeed.
No, yes, live radio.
We
You're
are
not live
indeed.
at the
Well, we
moment
were.
because of the COVID, but you have been doing it with
Yeah, we
James.
have been in the studio. It's great with James Thomas, who happens to be Uno Masters manager as well. So James Thomas is my barber, my band manager, and my co-host on the radio. So I'm never going to be able to get rid of him.
It's a good job you get on.
Can't shake him off. Oh well, yeah, we get on a bit.
So yeah, you've done some really good radio. I was on your radio show not long ago. You had Red Rum Club, or Fran from Red Rum Club this week.
Yes, yeah. Well, I don't know what week it'll have been by the time this goes out.
Oh
But,
yeah.
yeah, we do it in conversation with the new music show. So it's in conversation with Ollie and James at the minute whilst we're doing Zoom. Like pre-recorded Zoom shows. But when we're in the studio, we like to have bands in and we play games with them and we have interviews and let them play some tunes and we do daft things. Like James has the sin bin, which is just basically his time to shine about moaning about something that he doesn't like, and he puts it in his it's not metaphorical, his sin bin. He has a little sin bin in the room and he throws it into. And what else do we do? Oh, we do the 10-minute takeover, which is where I pick like 3 tunes and they all relate, and the public have to guess how they all relate. And some of them are pretty easy, and then some of them are like, I've run out of ideas, and they're very vague.
Like very loose connection.
Yeah,
but that's on Lim Radio. If you haven't,
that is
every Tuesday night from 8 till 10 p.m. Is that right?
Every Tuesday night 8 till 10
7
p.m.
till 9.
8 till 10 it is. It is at 8 till 10. You're right. Apart from Aligners didn't get that the other day, today actually, because they've just tagged us in something on Instagram. And they were like, make sure you tune into the new music show tonight. And it's a Thursday tonight. So they got it wrong.
Oh no, that's annoying.
The thing is, they they reshared a picture and in the bottom corner it says Tuesday 8 till 10. So I have messaged them.
That is.
I messaged them just saying, it's fucking 8 till 10 on a Tuesday, lads.
Don't worry, I've done a radio show before where I've said I'm on 8 till 10 because I pre-record mine still. And then on the night, it's on 7 till 9. So all the way through the show, I'm going, and I'll be here until 10 p.m. No, I won't. I'm going to be here till 9.
Everyone's waiting at 9 o'clock.
No, I've got a couple to do this weekend as well. Well, this is the end of January that we're doing this. I'm not quite sure when we're going to be putting these podcasts out live. I think we've got a few to go out first. Yeah, no, it's good fun. And we've been trying to build the hype, haven't we, about Nobody Talks Anymore with the mouths.
Yeah, it was great. I thought it was a really cool idea. James, obviously, I talk to James a lot because he's basically like my partner in life.
Conjoined twin.
Yeah, conjoined twin. It makes it less sensual. Yeah, he chats to me about all sorts of shit. But yeah, he sent me that kind of idea, and I thought that was a really cool idea to kind of.
Yeah, I'm yet to do, man. I think mine's going up tomorrow. I think
I worked out why as well. No one else has worked out why yet, and I'm not even going to release the secret. But I know why it's called Nobody Talks Anymore. There's a reason.
I'm a host of this podcast. I don't even know.
Yeah, well, obviously the idea is that nobody actually talks anymore to each other. We got to be friends in this business to make it, because everyone's in the same boat. Which is one of the fundamental ways of getting a fan base or building yourself as a band, to be friends with other bands, because that's how it works. We should all help each other. But there is also there's an idea from somewhere that James has seen, and apparently I'm the only one that's ever got it. So I won't ruin it. Let everyone else go for it from there. But
I'm going to ponder this later.
I'm number one. I am number one.
You're his number one boy.
That's it.
You do everything together.
Unfortunately,
I love that though. That's really sweet. James is a good guy, isn't he?
He is. I sometimes forget that he is about 12. I don't know. I can't remember. He might have a beard and a ginger one.
I know. Because he's 20, James. Hi, James. By the way, talking about you. Yeah. So he's 20, but I thought he was older. But just because he's very mature. He's more mature than me.
Well, I remember when he used to sweep the floors in the barbers. That's where I met him, in the barbers. I didn't meet him through music at all. This is how weird it was, right? I used to sweep floors in the barbers that I go into, and Craig, who owns the barbers, I used to get my hair cut by him. I'm quite particular about who cuts my hair in the barbers because I'm, like full of myself. But yeah, he was in there sweeping the floors at 16, so he's like used to just talking to people. So when you talk to him, he doesn't seem like he is like 12. He does seem like he's about 30 because he's just used to talking to like people all day, every day. But I remember once Craig couldn't cut my hair, so he went, "Oh, go on, James. He's a new barber." If you don't mind. And I was like, oh, I don't know about that. If he's I've seen him sweeping the floors for the past like 6 months. I don't really want him cutting my hair. Anyway, I sat on his chair and he was like, doing the casual, like, oh, what are you up to tonight, mate? And it was like, I think it was a Saturday morning, something like that. And I was like, oh, I'm going to a gig. And he was like, oh, I'm going to a gig tonight. And he was like, yeah, what gig are you going to? And I went, oh, well, I'm playing a gig. And he was like, all right. I was like, where is it? And I was like, oh, it's at the Pier Hat in Manchester. And he went, I'm going to a gig at the Pier Hat in Manchester.
No
And
way.
he went, are you Olly Thornton? And I went, yeah. And he went, I'm coming to your gig tonight.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, and I was
That's like
oh,
the
no
start
way.
of a love story.
Yeah,
How nice
it's
is
like
that?
he was cutting my hair and everything, and yeah, it's just he had no idea that. And
So how did it come about then that James has ended up managing you?
well, I don't know. It's just from there I realised that basically what he was doing, he was after promoting some gigs. And Stu, you know what Stu's like, he's dead laid back. So when I messaged him very first years ago now, saying like, can I have a gig? He was like, yeah, sure, mate, whenever you want, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You know what Stu's like, he's dead
He's
sound.
so laid back, isn't he?
Yeah, he's so laid back. So what I can imagine James has done is the same as me, but from a promotion point of view instead of a playing point of view. And Stu's just gone, yeah, join me on the pentatonic if you want. And James has gone, all right. So he's kind of done it the way I have. And then obviously he came to that gig that night and we had a beer, and then he kept cutting my hair from then on. And then because that's in Lim, the barber's in Lim. And then yeah, we just started going for like beers and stuff. We just got to know each other a bit through that, music wise, and then yeah, he just cuts my hair every week or every other week, should I say. And we see each other at gigs, and he comes to my gigs and that. And then I know that he does all the band stuff, so I'm always chatting to him here, there, and everywhere. And then when I got asked to do the radio show, I was like, who can I put all the hard stuff on so I can just talk? And I was like, I know.
I've got
James.
just the man.
Yeah, so I was like, you fancy coming on the radio with me? And he was like, yeah, sound. And yeah, I was like, we're going to have to find new bands and that. And obviously I'm in a new band, but that doesn't mean that I'm like the king of new music. Like I'm just like everyone else, where I rep like Oasis or whatever, and I'm listening to the 1975.
So do you listen to other new bands like
I
last
do,
year?
yeah.
Did you have like a favourite new band from last year, or like upcoming band?
I actively go out of my way to listen to new bands, like especially ones we play with that like really take my eye. Like I remember when we played at the Cavern for Dave Monk's at BBC Introducing Merseyside. It's not technically BBC Introducing, but it was for Dave, so I'm going to say it was BBC Introducing. Yeah, and it was Pink Shirts for Pale People that I saw there, and I was like blown away. A few of us were. We were all sat there and we were like, "Fucking hell!" Like,
they're really good.
This is it. Yeah, they were just good. I don't know what it was. I think because like, they have like the backing track and they all had like in-ears, so they've all got this like proper setup and stuff, which is like we were headlining at the time and we were like, what the fuck are we doing headlining when these lads are like, they know exactly what they're doing. We're just four lads with instruments fucking twatting them as hard as we can, like, and just enjoying ourselves. And they were like proper on it, and then from then on I've just been like listening to their sort of stuff. But I'm really into like 1975 and that sort of music, and I'm also into like Tom Misch and lo-fi music and kind of like jazzy bluesy stuff as well. So they kind of like ticked all that box for me, and I couldn't believe that like it's just some band that's like next door to us. That was because they're from Wigan. That was just there, and I'd never heard of them before. So I listened to them quite a bit.
Yeah.
And like AV Club, I like AV Club's tunes, and being in the radio show as well, I get to meet all these people as well and make friends. So it's good for the band. So I'm like,
it's good for you as a band as well, because you can see what else is going on. Not like competition, but just seeing like what else is popular and whether band's doing certain things that you can think that's a really good idea, that we'll try and do something similar. Obviously not copying, but just like taking good ideas from other bands, I think.
Do you know
Deco Band?
Yes,
heard
I've
of Declan?
seen that thing.
Did you see they were on Good Morning Britain this morning?
I saw it on Twitter this afternoon actually, because I saw it got sponsored onto my Instagram. So I watched it thinking like, oh, what's this
Well,
going to
I
sound
had a
like? 'Cause I
message
was a
from
bit
their
iffy about
manager.
it.
Yeah, it's incredible. I had a message from their manager the other night because he said, "Oh, do you like this Wonderwall thing?" And I was like, "That's ace." And then within like the space of 4 days, they've gone from having like 2,000 followers to like 11,000 followers. It's gone mental.
Yeah, Radio X has done it, haven't they? They've reposted it and shit like that. So
Yeah,
it's
but
gone
something
viral.
like that though is because what they've done is they've taken a song that's really, really popular, everyone knows, and they've just kind of like just twist it into their own. I just think it's so clever, but it's really simple as well. Like, they've just put like, this completely different stance on a song that everybody can relate to. But it's been lovely, Ollie.
Yeah, it's been great. Thanks for having me on, and thanks for chatting with me.
I know we chatted loads, haven't we, the last few weeks or so with our different things.
Oh, it's bits and bobs. It's ticking us on, ticking time.
Absolutely, keeping us out of mischief.
Yeah, well, trying.
So if you haven't already, make sure that you follow Uno Mas on Spotify, on all the social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram. Keep an eye out for their upcoming new music, which is going to be very, very soon, imminently.
Yes, imminent. It will be in the coming weeks. So keep an eye. I say the coming weeks, but I don't know when this podcast is coming out. It might be out.
It could very well be out by now. If it's out, check on the Unimas Twitter page and have a look. It could be out.
Yeah, Unimas Band on
talking in
Twitter.
the past.
Yeah, we are. We could be Unimas Band on Twitter or the Unimas on Instagram. Or just type in Unimas. There ain't much Unimas bands out there on Google, so
you might find some Spanish songs.
Yeah, you might find some pretty funky Spanish songs, and if you do, then you're welcome.
Absolutely. So this has been a Nobody Talks Anymore podcast, again, production, and it's been a delight to have you on, Ollie, and I hopefully will be up in Manchester for a real gig sometime this year.
Hopefully so. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Nice
and
one.
you're going to say bye to everyone now, Lila. Sorry to everyone for Lila's barking and everything in the background.
Bye, Lila.
Right. See you later, Ollie. We'll end today's podcast now.